Today, I finished a workout I didn't want to do. It was a workout that I debated doing almost from the moment at which I woke up this morning. Not because it was especially difficult or daunting, it was just one of those days. Maybe you can relate. It's also an example of using the discipline. At first, I recorded this in the gym, right after the workout, talking into my iPhone. I figured I could introduce a new segment in the show called Rough Cuts or something like that. It was a little too rough, however. I need to work on how I can do that because I still think it's a good idea. Anyway, here's what I wanted to share. Hey there, it's me, Core, and you're listening to Exercising Self-Control, from fitness to flourishing. With my already posted podcast episodes, I like to listen to them again every once in a while. It's one of the ways I use to get myself thinking along the lines of creating future episodes. Either that, or I listen to other people's podcasts, or listen to YouTube videos while I'm working out. Today I chose one of mine. As I was scrolling through, I saw the episode entitled, What to Do When You're Not Motivated. And that was just from a couple of days back. I thought, that's the one. So I got started. I thought, I'll just see how this feels. I'll start moving. And sure enough, a little bit of a warm-up. I got into it, but it was tough. Most workouts are. This one was psychologically tough. I just wasn't into it. But I kept going. And as I was listening to my own words in that episode, I thought, yeah, this was the right choice. At the end of the workout, I got it done. I grabbed my phone and I started talking about what I wanted to add today. Whenever you follow through on the plans that you have made for yourself, that you have a hard time following through on, and then you actually do it, that's when you use the discipline. I've already explained that. Like I did today with this tough workout that I had. And I was debating it. At the end, when I got done, I said to myself, I didn't need to do this, but I chose to do it. What I want to iterate is that the discipline is probably the most important skill that you can have in creating the life that you want. It doesn't matter if you choose to follow through or if you make another choice and you don't follow through. Either one of those, you're going to direct your attention to what you actually want. You either reinforce, that is, you direct your attention toward the excellent choice that you want to make, or you redirect it to the same choice if you didn't follow through. If you need more detail on this, I have those 2 episodes entitled Bridging the Gap Between Intention and Action, part 1 of 2, and then part 2 of 2. In part 2, I go into the discipline, but it's a lot easier to understand if you listen to part 1 first, because then it makes sense what you are using the discipline for. In this case, I use the discipline to reinforce my following through on my plan to do the workout. It could have gone the other way. If I just walked out of the gym this morning and just said, no, not today, I'm not doing it, I could then say to myself, that's not what I want for myself. I exercise every day. And then instead of getting down on myself, I would have looked at, okay, what led to me not wanting to do this workout? It might have been, you've been working a little bit harder than normal. You might be getting the sleep you need, but you're letting yourself get a little disorganized. You're giving yourself too many tasks. You feel like you're just trying to keep up with everything that you're piling on yourself. And psychologically, it's starting to wear you down, which affects the body. And then the workouts, they don't look so appealing anymore. And in that case, I would look at my life and see where I need to make some changes so that I don't need to struggle with the choice to exercise the next time. It'll be an easier choice or even no choice whatsoever. It's just like, what's the workout today? And away I go, right? Now, even though I did follow through with the workout, I still went through that process. I thought, okay, what made this difficult today? And it does have to do with how I'm organizing my time. I thought I'd go into that a little bit more, give you a little bit more detail, so that you know, even for those of us who have a decades-long exercise practice, it still requires exercising virtuous self-control. I needed to actually choose in that moment. It wasn't just coasting along and ticking off the workout. Oh yeah, easy. Hope that was helpful. That's it for today. Catch you next time.